You are watching Liberty Online TV. You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
As Liberty Online TV, the 1 year inside this November, we dey celebrate this anniversary with different activity them. And one of them, na hike with Liberty, we get for be Saturday, November 16. Usa we go waka go na the Mambo waterfall. The Liberty Online TV team go then na Mambo Junction, they wait for una 7 o'clock na morning. For join we, na 300 leons no more you go give, and you go get the Liberty polo and water, and you go get all the enjoyment. We get for being at the waterfall. If you want for join we, you go come now with 33 Battle Street office as the polo then already now, or call na this number 074 200 545 for place you order. Now Liberty Online TV, all voices count.
Good morning, viewers, and welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV with a stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website, where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We will bring the program come to you this Monday morning. My name is Khadija Bangura.
And me name is Kpaka. Good morning. Today is Monday, the 4th day of November 2024, and this is this edition of the Breakfast Show. Today we all know say Parliament they don't go lay the issue we get for do with reports where government been pulled for sake of the Auditor General Pias and Tamba Momo. Well, looking at the procedures them way Parliament go use if they want for pull Pias as Auditor General. Now them procedure then they will discuss inside this edition of the Breakfast Show this morning.
Well, this and other story them then are the program for you, and also as they discuss the procedure the way Parliament supposed for take if they want for pull the suspended Auditor General Pias as the Attorney General and Minister of Justice, and as information will come out from the press secretary in the State House. His Excellency the President advised the Attorney General and Minister of Justice for use the right procedure them for pull Pias as Auditor General after where the tribunal where they be set up for look inside issues then we then say it be behave unprofessionally and other things them. Then we don't done their work and put together the report and go hand over to His Excellency the President. Well, inside last week again we see another development outside the APC member of Parliament them where now 52 member of Parliament them they be meet at the every month press briefing we then keep all for update journalists them but different things the way they happen at the country. They make them clear say they not going for take part for vote for pull Pias as Auditor General, and according to waiting then at the law, then they forget two-third majority for pull Pias. So if APC member of Parliament then say they not get for mix, our government go get the two-third majority for pull Pias. Now all this will go discuss at the program this morning, and self they look at the implication them from a civil society perspective. Waiting this mean for the government pull Pias as Auditor General, we don't go through investigation there, and we see last week outside the Institute of Chartered Accountants say from the findings of the tribunal report and then your internal findings, Pias and Tamba Momo not do anything wrong. According to them, they work in the interest of salon people them, and then get right for continue for practice as chartered accountants and at any side of the world. Well, now this they can discuss this morning, and at the studio we get Melvin Tijan Davis in a parliamentary journalist way over the years. It don't they follow parliamentary proceedings them, and it don't they analyze how parliament can go through different procedure them where they can want for make a decision. Well, now that's make we get Melvin this morning for can help we analyze the procedure them where Parliament supposed for take for remove Lara Taylor Pierce. Good morning, Melvin, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Thank you very much, Aisha, but me and Melvin to German and we are not making any visit.
I beg your pardon. Well, that's Melvin Tijan Mansare, and a social commentator and also a parliamentary analyst. We'll get an hour this morning where they can analyze the different procedure the Parliament supposed for take if they want for remove Lara Taylor Pierce and the new dynamics so don't coincide outside the 52 member of Parliament where they represent APC say they not get for mix for take this decision. How Parliament will get the 2/3 majority in the question that they ask this morning.
All right, well, we'll continue with the breakfast show, and before we can look at that issue that we get for the with Parliament, let me go first now. Court, Usai, with a look at the murder case between the state and Abdul Kpaka. Last week, the 7th witness inside this case don't go testify before Justice Momoja Stevens, na High Court number 1. Usai, it talks before then they reach with Sia in body na hospital, Sia be don't die that same day. Well, for let we know more about this case, let we join Maria to Sheriff.
The number 7 witness span the murder case between the state and Kpaka don't go testify before Justice Momoja Stevens. Before the number 7 witness they start for giving testimony in a court, the lead state counsel Yusuf Isaac Sise be make an application for make the court grant him the order for make a call the number 7 witness for testify, even though a name not been the part of the witness them where for testify pan this case, and he make this application pursuant to Section 188 of the Criminal Procedure Act of 1965, Act number 92 of 1965 as amended. Where it responds to this application, the lead defense counsel, Eti Kouma, being object to this application because it say the state counsel not be follow the due process for do the application, as it say the statements where the witness be made concerning this case, they not been given. So it say make the judge refuse this application. Where it respond to this, Yusuf Isaac Sise say the witness na medical doctor and it testify on formal basis, not on facts. Justice Momoja Stevens be give permission for make the witness testify, and the witness been take the oath and start for testify. Inside in testimony, he start for identifying himself as Herbert Kalon and say in a medical doctor and he don't practice for about 11 years now. He say he presently they work na the Connaught Hospital, but been they work na the emergency government hospital na Godrich, and he worked there for 3 months. He say he remember on the 13th of August this year, he been there na the emergency hospital, he been there on duty na the doctor's sitting room, where one nurse come call him and tell him say they don't bring come emergency case. He said that we make a rush go inside the emergency room and go na the critical condition section, and he see one international doctor and some nurse them. They try for resuscitate one young lady where he later on know say in name na Sia Fatu Kamara, and say they can do resuscitation for patient them where they can bring come unconscious and we not can they breathe for make them go try for save their life. He say he goes outside and be they resuscitate Sia and say he be observe the procedure and be they take note on waiting be they go on. They say one in supervisor been already there in charge of this process and say this process been last but 15 to 20 minutes. They say the patient not be they respond to any of the procedure them and it not be they breathe. He say after the team see say the patient not show any improvement throughout the procedure, then been conclude say the patients come in unconscious one with no sign say they alive, and say with all the procedure we then do on Sia, if he been there alive, if for be don't wake. Now that's make them conclude say the patient Sia be don't die before they reach with another emergency hospital. So he say he later on summarizing findings on the outpatient chart and end up with the diagnosis say the patient don't die, and ask the nurse them for wrap am and transfer am go na the Connaught Hospital because he say the emergency government hospital not get mortuary. The lead state counsel Yusuf Isaac Sise been show the witness one document and ask am if na the summary where he make for sake of the patient Sia Fatu Kamara, and the witness been say yes. The court been send this document as Exhibit A. The witness may end up say the patient Sia Fatu Kamara been don't die before they reach with another hospital. Liberty Online TV will continue for bring come to our updates on waiting the happen na court pan this case. For Liberty Online TV, me na Maria to Sheriff.
All right, we continue with the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online Television. In case you just tune in, don't forget for share and also comment on the issue where we discussed in the program this morning. If I first send this for what Liberty Online TV, we want to say a very big welcome to you, as this is the only digital platform where they get credible and unbiased stories them where they bring to you throughout a different program them. Don't forget the Liberty 1 year anniversary project still go on, and we kindly ask for donate towards sustaining this particular institution so that we go able for continue for Kaya every morning and throughout the day for bring now with different program them with the 1 year inside this November, and it on the 29th of November what they do with grand fundraising dinner and dance, and the tickets then they out now. We kindly ask una say una stop now with 33 Battle Street office and grab your tickets, as on the 29th where they go get fun as we they do with fundraising dinner and dance. And don't forget the orange money line safe then at the screen where you they watch, no matter how little, just send and they so that you go support Liberty Online TV for continue for grow, and we will continue for bring Cantona different stories they would only bring Cantona throughout this past 1 year. This 1 year we they celebrate growth, challenges, order overcome, and also we they celebrate being free, fearless, and liberty. Now all voices count. We don't bring count on all sides to the story and all voice them. So we have a responsibility for support so that we'll continue for sustain this institution.
All right, well, we continue with the breakfast show, and like we tell you now today, we go for can look at the procedure them where Parliament get for take if they want for pull the Auditor General Lara Telopias, where they on suspension currently, and we get Melvin Mansari in the studio. We go for can talk to him shortly. As senior a journalist, we get vast knowledge about parliamentary procedures them, and also in a social commentator. We will come to him shortly. But let we go first now the Lawyers Society, where we see them be unveiled this particular body this past Friday. The interim executive then be announced them, and during this particular launch, one senior lawyer, Wena Yada Williams, being cautioned the one the way they na the Lawyers Society for ensure say they not allow anybody who hold government position or active in politics for then the executive of the Lawyers Society. Well, for let we watch the unveiling of this particular organization, let we just go as Al Hassan Kuroma bin day part of farm and Egona reports.
As we for look inside the legal profession as salon, as lawyers them they play key role for safeguard the constitution and uphold democracy and the rule of law. Friday, November 1st this year, a group of lawyers them don't officially launch the Lawyers Society as we for restore good governance and democracy, and for bring all lawyers together for speak the truth and defend the constitution of Salon. Whereas Seri Kamal, now the interim vice president of the Lawyers Society, inside a young talk, they talk about how this organization go work for bring all the lawyers together for speak one voice.
This journey to create a second organization started well before even I became a lawyer in Sierra Leone. But I know when I came in 2012, I remember Bruce Taylor, who's here, pushing for a second organization. And in fact, I remember he wrote an M&A, maybe it was a little bit later, but was pushing for an organization, because in general, when you have one organization, there tends to be a monopoly. And there's no distinct, voices are not allowed to differ. Now there's a second voice. There's lawyers. The women's bar, I will never forget that. But I think for us, this is an opportunity for people, for lawyers, to be able to express themselves in a way that they want to, that their will and their desires are what is paramount in the association. Now, as I said, the journey started a while ago. And what broke the camel's back for me, and for all of us here, is what happened in Panama.
Yada Williams, a senior and seasoned lawyer, he talked about waiting to make the organization live long, and that the members of the organization not for bring politics inside the Lawyers Society.
I haven't seen the constitution of the Lawyers Society, but I hope this organization would not also be lost to politics. have to be quite clear, or you have to be quite clear in whatever constitution you write, that people who are active in politics should not hold executive positions. Additionally, those who hold public offices should not hold positions in the executive. I'm saying so selflessly because I currently hold a government office. So I am making myself ineligible.
Yada Williams, Miss Fatmata Soy, and Druslin Taylor been officially launched the Lawyers Society.
Because this is what begins. This is what is best for us, particularly at the present state of the country. We need organizations that would stand for the law. The law is very lonely at the moment. So we need this organization to be one ally with the law going forward. Secondly, we must also note that all of us are police officers for this organization. We all have a duty to ensure that each of us stand with the law, each of us stand with the efforts for which this organization has been launched. And so, ladies and gentlemen, I wouldn't bother you with much as already been said by my two launchers. Let us please put our minds and determination and our fortitude towards the purpose for which we are launching this organization. Thank you.
After they don't officially launch the Lawyers Society, the interim president, Augustine Sori Sengemara, been get this for say.
When we think now that Sierra Leone should be exporting very beautiful lessons, not just in jurisprudence, but in governance, in conduct, in the rule of law. But sadly, we continue to be a perpetual recipient of all these trainings and lessons on the rule of law. This trend must not continue. Lawyers must not continue to do business as usual. Because when society breaks down, we are the very first accused person. And so it behoves all of us at this very important moment to come together, which we have done. A lot has been said about what transpired in Kenya. But believe you me, this dream of realizing the Lawyers Society started way before Kenya. It only culminated when Kenya reared its ugly head. And I'm sorry to Kutubu that I keep referring to Kenya.
It's from educated.
Apologize, technology. But ladies and gentlemen, the point I'm seeking to make is today we are not only looking back on history, we're not only looking back at what was documented in the TRC report, not just the launch of the Lawyers Society. Tonight is an opportunity to take stock of where we were before the civil conflict and where we are now 20 plus years after the civil war was declared over.
PRO Claude Bami Davis been end up for call on all the lawyers them na salon for come as one for speak against things them we no right and for uphold the constitution of Salon and see say the rule of law work na every part across the country. For Liberty Online TV, Al Hassan Koma the report.
All right, welcome back. You still watch the Breakfast on Liberty Online TV, and members of yourself for the watch the program can send you message or comments at the comment section and different platform them. Also, you watch and also send, or you send them to 074 200 545 when our number we also there on WhatsApp. And don't forget the anniversary project they on, and on the 16th of November we go with first official public events. Also, we go waka go na the Mambo waterfall from Mambo Junction 7 o'clock in the morning. You can can Liberty Online TV office na 33 Bethel Street for security shots, and also you will get water for be part of this particular event. And also on the 29th of November we got forget with dinner and dance. Also you will get opportunity for meet with the whole team na Liberty Online TV. We will give you details for the tickets and where they out now, but make sure say for the 16th of November, where they just a week from now, make sure say you can secure your own t-shirt so that you go be part of the hike with Liberty. Well, we continue with the breakfast show, and this morning we get the pleasure for get a colleague journalist. Now the studio we also get vast knowledge and experience as a done in a parliament for a very long time. They're doing reporting, and now they also a social commentator. So we don't comment on issues we get for do it, especially parliamentary procedures. And now we all know say the reports where government's been pulled from the tribunal will be set up for SECA, the issues and we been get for do with professional misconduct where government be say happen, where the Auditor General Laratel Pierce we currently on suspension, the time we be audit the State House information they wouldn't say being clarified from a third party. All of the issues and they right now before Parliament, and our Parliament will get for decide whether they go for grief or let the Auditor General go left in position after we done the on suspension for over 2 years. Well, Melvin, a pleasure for getting you here this morning, and like I don't tell the viewers them today we just want for can discuss because you're a person way gets a wide knowledge on issues we get for do with Parliament, and so many people be done the talk, especially last week where the All People's Congress APC party officially their parliamentary body announced they're not go for the part of the voting for Polaratilo Piasna office, and plenty of people say because of that reason they in order for possible for let Parliament able for Polaratilo Pias. But they can't go into that particular issue, but let me just hear you first from the same way you hear you say Parliament they don't receive this particular document and the content of as a journalist waiting first been come now your mind saying that Parliament will go for decide waiting go for happen based on the laws of Sierra Leone.
Well, first I kind of in mind now that if the court of law not able to ascertain the unanswered questions, for example, on the legitimacy of the tribunal itself, as prayed for before it by Laratel Pierce and the lawyers. The question will be kind of in mind that whether the courts of politics, when our parliaments go to solve this problem. And this being particularly be the case because when you look at the configuration or the composition of the current 6 parliaments, where in terms of numbers, you already be the highlights, SLBP getting 81 MPs, APC getting 51, and we have 14 paramount chiefs. So in some way, looking at the number play, firstly, it almost may come impossible because at the end of the day, for let you get 2/3 where the constitution stipulates. And I know people and they say, well, what if like I can vote for the speaker if then go to get them for votes, they're not able to get the 2/3, then can go into simple majority. Well, in all of the provisions that we're going to carry shortly, they're not give any proviso on or an option other than no more, no less, 2/3 majority. And in that case, it will be 99 MPs. And as it stands, we all know say SLPP not get 99, APC not get 99, and even we add the paramount chiefs then to that of the SLPP bench is still going to need 4 MPs from the APC for full up the 99 at the constitutional threshold. So that being said, I think another perspective we come to play is, well, how will these votes be collected? And Nade, I think, say Nade will get for be very, very much interesting in this, in very unprecedented constitutional and parliamentary history because unprecedented because one day they can institutional day before Parliament, and for the first day they go to before Parliament. So you look at how will the Speaker collect the votes? Well, in Parliament, according to the standing orders, you get three options for use. The first option, you can use collection of voices, where the Speaker will put the question on all the way Laratel Pierce not be at Auditor General again, say aye. All the one that we say if for be Auditor General, una say nay. And in that, you ascertain. But in this case, the constitution, they say 2/3. No matter manner, they even AI, no go we use voices or say this not 2/3 sound this. So you get the second option. We're in the option of, well, MPs standing up to be counted when our head counts. And that second option, they is quite interesting because of that option, they you know get any way for what you go say cross-party votes, because all man is seeing company Bamba Ode, except in the case for the APC, the likes of the Honorable Mohamed Bangura and Honorable Thompson, where we already know say they are rebel MPs already in terms of them bench and the ideological stance. So that is the second option. But here comes the third, and I will tell you the most dangerous option. After you don't collect voice, you know, go get some because they go challenge that. After you don't do head count, somebody go and say, well, what if people and they are government bench and opposition bench will not believe in this, but then want, as the constitution guarantee, secret ballots. Well, come to the secret ballots, it will be interesting because by then nobody will ascertain whether votes for UDA or I votes, and that's therefore do now with how this will be a litmus test, like what you are saying in the article, the constitutional and moral tenets of the speaker, because any one of the options they also fumble them, then get their own political ramifications, as I will explain in summary. So if the speaker say they go use secret ballots, then nobody can tell how the votes will go for come out, because Khadija, you know politics, you don't cover parliament, the game now beyond the scene it can play. So what if, for example, the government reach out across the political divide and try for influence or induce APC MPs them more than, well, Honorable Mohamed Bangura and other Honorable Thompson, just go forget, they just need to forget like 2. If the government will do that, then we go see unprecedentedly the first ever parliamentary decision for remove an Auditor General. But what if the APC in reverse go and counter just for like at least 10% of the SLPP votes, or even 5%, that don't do for block the decision. So it's quite complex. More will reach at the position wherein you're not able to forget the 2/3 and no decision is reached. Now, they are the most serious part of this conversation, because as it stands, if Parliament never forget 2/3, there is no way you can go about it politically anymore or legislatively, rather than, as per the same constitution, refer the matter to the Supreme Court for an interpretation of the provision of the law that talks about 2/3. So it's quite an interesting look ahead, and I'm sure in terms of the governance challenges that we get, why we already there ourselves will be the first question.
When you come on parliamentary politics, me and you know say it involve a lot of lobbying, where the government side can want a particular bill or anything for go in their favor. It is suicide, the minority and the majority leader, they get various consultations leading to the day where parliament they sit. With this kind of parliament where they now all know the history for let them even get the minority, the main opposition party for Canada Parliament, you face a lobbying and consultation possible between the two parties there?
Well, that's why I have the question, the APC parliamentary group and decision for come out with a position statement. Already, by virtue of the position where they don't pull, say the president for reconsider the decision, they already don't give you a leakage that the APC stance is they will not cross the party line over for support SLPP for remove. So that is sacrosanct.
Is this about party politics or about national interest? When you look at the APC then position, because a lot of people, including now the media, civil society, even other people, when citizens were interested in this Lara in proceeding from way begin to now, they call, say, the member of parliament them not for take part for any vote for remove Lara.
I think there are two sides to that question. It's about party politics when it comes to parliament. Khadija, you know that. Sierra Leone politics, in fact, we get a law 77 in 1K where they prohibit MPs from other political party for cooperate repetitively with some the other side. So for parliaments, now politics, Leone Island Panfambulem. For governance, it's about best practice, and that they make people can say the lawmakers for they in a privy position for be armed with the facts for win not only the debates, but in this case winning the votes. If it's about winning the debates, I would suspect that public, looking at the position of BAN, looking at the position of ICASEL, looking at even the report itself and its shortcomings, it go easy for let somebody win an argument, but is that enough when it comes to the courts of politics? Usai Wallace Johnson Street get their own position and they don't tell the MPs and so if I do, Usai railway line gets. So it's supposed to be about governance, but in real sense with democracy and about politics.
Let's bring in the narrative of the speaker we did try for bring earlier. Last week, Thursday or Friday or so, we interviewed the Deputy Minority Leader too, Honorable Aaron Koma, where say they get so much confidence in this speaker and then believe say he go listen to them and the opposition and then decide for walkouts, not take part for any decision for remove Lara. Now look at Sengepo now. You don't do the seat for some time now. You don't do as a journalist, you don't monitor parliamentary proceeding, critical bills that don't go to parliament. You think Sengepo and that kind of person way go put away party interest? You know they now they represent party. He did as a speaker for all the party them, but we all know say na SNP.
It will be a litmus test on is what I would call is a lawyer first on how much he respect the constitution, but above all how morally it will be fair. Because this now indiscretion according to the standing orders on how he get for collect the votes. So will he do the needful? But the needful again will be very difficult for explaining here, because at the end of the day, if I use precedents, of late, of course, he has been not that kind of politician where he don't try for be what I would call liberal. Unlike before when he was deputy speaker, we see as a radical when SLP want to take radical decisions and everything come. But during the first 1-2 months, I think he don't adjust to the chair. But there is this precedent where me always refer. When it came to the voting on the judge or jury on the amended Criminal Procedure Act, the speaker used indiscretion for call head count votes in a situation where we don't even hear some SLPP MPs who were opposed. Just after the debate, then we see when it comes to, well, how the government can vote this vote now, secret or not so secret, then we see the speaker using discretion. In this case, if he wants to save his reputation, I think he should call a secret ballot. Call a secret ballot for let everybody go satisfy in conscience. That's the best he can do. But if he call the collection of voices or head counts, that will be a technical, I don't want to say technical knockout, but a technical grip on the process. So how neutral and fair the speaker therefore be will be contingent upon how he called the votes on the decision.
About neutrality and being fair. The Singapore we used to be a speaker in a parliament now. Whose route you feel say go take? You go one for being neutral or you go one for focus on waiting in party go to tell them? Because it's obvious before the members of parliament and they do anything, then party consultation one way paramount to them. Whose party feel say go take in this case?
Singapore for deviate from waiting SLPP go tell them. I not see from a political perspective, yes. From a legal perspective, maybe he will argue that I'm a lawyer and I want to stand for what is right, and this matter, I will. If we don't call treaty and nothing or day, I go right to the Supreme Court, order the clerk for rights, and ask for clarification at the Supreme Court. I think that's the best he can do. Outside of that,
the same Supreme Court, so if this same Supreme Court Singapore rights again for interpretation, mix up look the day, Melvin.
And I captured that in my article in analyzing this show. Definitely the Supreme Court is going to be clogged. It could be clogged, formula, I mean, it will choke. Because already you get prayer where they ask that whether the tribunal get the power safe for try the Auditor General, and the Supreme Court now we know here read that case. If you listen to Ban and other people in statement, that is one of the recommendations. So if you get a Supreme Court, we know here the original case. No, now you can get the situation, the case done, and it don't reach to another level in Parliament, where Supreme Court not forbidden even avert this by just interpreting whether the tribunal will be gone or not go on. We forbidden give now much strength to whatever Parliament get for carry back to them. So it will be a bypassing of the process. If the Supreme Court left Laratelo Pierce in own case with it before in all year, then the Speaker or the Clerk of Parliament now can write for an interpretation, then go look into that first. I think that will be a travesty of justice.
This whole case, MP them, don't they say government miss the procedure them? even before suspending Lara without setting up a tribunal, that be a misstep. Now, based on the analysis they make now this morning, it clearly shows that the missteps still they affect the entire process. Coming back to the speaker, when now I go say Lara they are the mercy of the MP then, because I think for take this decision whether for removal or not. And Udoyeri from the press secretary, he say His Excellency the President, don't advise the AG for use the right procedure, therefore remove the word remove Lara. And now, Senge Podede as SLPP. If the president no wants Lara, it's possible, Melvin, with this mix of parliament, for let Lara walk out of parliament victoriously.
Yes, because the president entirely, as per the constitution, in supreme executive cannot be above the constitution. It will use all kinds of way. But anyway, outside of able for provide 2/3, 99 votes, it will be a subterranean, it will be draconian, it will be unlawful. The legal provision there is 2/3. So if the president now wants, and for me, the opposition, I think then beats the gun. Because most of this should have been, they don't keep on for the debates and can make some people and see clearly with the argument. But now going to the party office and stating their position, I think in parliamentary, that is called premature action, because you don't give SLPP room now for do the calculation and then permutation on which you already advance as a premature argument. They should have, I mean, they don't keep the silver bullets for the silver moments, where it will be whenever the business committee will call on a decision, or for including the other paper for let them take a vote for remove Lara or not. So the president, he gets supreme executive power, he get all powers, he get party power, he get all. But if you're not able for use lobbying and canvassing and cross-party outreach, I don't see how in government go able for pull Lara. So that's a stalemate, except maybe they're going to use the Supreme Court, and even at that, but Salon, we know how the Supreme Court don't decide issues we for do, particularly with the presidency, if you look at the Sumana in precedent.
So, but based on what's in the happen currently and the realities in a parliament where Sierra Leoneans therefore be hopeful this time, say at least perhaps something will happen at parliament where go change the wrongs, especially from the procedures where government use for suspend Lara and doing investigation and all, therefore be hopeful.
I know it's just people for be hopeful. Parliament is a house of uncertainty, and politics cannot be predetermined before the time. You know, it's never go happy with the day they come. So, Sierra Leoneans then for be cautiously optimistic. That will be the word where they use. But say for hopeful, I think so for we get open if we don't be from the judiciary. Well, if the judiciary way for be the source or the bastion of hope in terms of legal matters, not able for give an interpretation, not to parliament, not the house of politics and political point scoring. So Sierra Leoneans will read between the line and we cautiously expect.
Melvin, this particular 6th Parliament, now one we don't come under fire from the citizens, ranging from issues of corruption, upholding the integrity as member of Parliament. This Lara Telopias, in case you think say now one way go determine whether Parliament for use them for cleanse the image.
I wish if we get one party for we get the exact number, I would tell you say yes, but in this case you cannot be certain whether Parliament will use them for say no, because the opposition not get the number for block the government not get the number for pauperize the decision.
Why use pauperize?
Pauperize because at the Parliament they begin on cover Parliament, I think from the 3rd Parliament, Khadija. I don't see different government approach towards decision making and collecting votes, especially from after the APC changed the constitution for allow politicians to become speaker. So in this case, I don't see decisions them where both on the left and the right now, where government use political gerrymanderings, political antics, constitutional loopholes for go-around situations. So in this case, pauperize for the SLPP, we see with the election for the case of Dr. Abbas Bundu, how it be NPA, Alala, and later on we see some other few controversial decisions on, for example, the appointments of then Regional Electoral Commissioner South, Alpha, and also we see how it's also Ben Kelfala. So the government can countenance mostly on gaps in the laws, but where that not available in this case, I still scratch me on Usai government of a shortcuts for force this decision. I don't think they can be able to force this one, except the Supreme Court will recommend otherwise.
It's possible for the opposition able to salvage this whole situation, taking into consideration they don't make them position even before then they go sit down on the particular document. They don't make them position non say they're not going to be part of the voting. It's possible that this decision able for salvage this whole issue.
The opposition only need for go and debate and then call the voices, then make sure that the opposition, if they still not participate, it will be a disservice because they go deny Sierra Leoneans the opportunity for listening to the political argument in the House of Lords, and they are voted to go and debate. So if they still not debate, I was in a technical way. If they still not the votes, it don't mean anything once they go participate. And if they call the votes, can you walk out? Why are you walking out? Are you shy because you're not getting number? Even if you're not getting number, it not still give the power to the SLPP for go through the decision. So they should be there and vote whatever number they get, except until they forget to say some people among them might sell game and the government might beat them. And if the government beats them and remove the Auditor General, it will be a big disaster for the political opposition in Parliament. It will
why you describe them as a big disaster? They're not getting numbers.
They're not getting numbers, but if they allow the government steal numbers from within them, it shows that they are not formidable.
Already, according to the deputy leader too, Honorable Aaron, who interviewed last week, he said already no say 2 per the MP, then in no said in the vote. Okay. So they don't reduce per the numbers.
So if the numbers don't get the numbers because they need 2 more. Then if they say 2 more go slip out of them fold.
Is it possible? Or the opposition or the Parliament?
Nothing is impossible in Parliament. What if the government do homework well and put something bigger on the offer? It will be disastrous because you should say APC cannot hold itself together. Unlike what we see under Kpaka, where it comes to controversial decisions, they hold their numbers. There was no division. So the APC no longer use tactics. Perhaps that's the reason why they go call this premature press conference or premature position taking because of the one for save their face. No, if they work out that they've done a disservice to parliamentary procedure and due process, they should be there, they should collect the votes, and if they believe that their house is in order, they should go to the cross and cast the votes.
You just make a salient point comparing the era of Honorable Cherno Majuba as opposition leader, how he be able to hold a number, we mean say he be get grip over an MP them. This era of Honorable Abdul, decision they don't come critical one them, and they take you back to the August for do with the approval of the ECSL commissioner, then also the August for do with the election of the speaker. How you go compare how Honorable Cherno Majuba be able for hold a number to this era of Abdul?
I think both of them are different people, personalities. Of course, for me, the current opposition leader was a pupil of the Honorable Cherno Ba, so I hope he still going to give him some mentoring as to how to handle this. But it's clear that the problem where APC can have Parliament, not to the leader creator, not to Honorable Abdul go solver. Let me not forget to say it emanates. It emanates from the party's stance on whether they should participate in governance or not. That was above the opposition. Even the opposition leader was a victim. They abstained from Parliament for 3 months, right? So it was a decision taken by the party wherein you get ideological radicals and rebel MPs like the Honorable Mohamed Bangura, we say, I don't sow this line. And now we see how that's get a far-reaching effect now on today we hear about a letter to Samura Kamara. So the APC generally has not been able to manage itself on the aftermath of 2023, and that spilled into Parliament. So if the Parliament if the opposition leader now will get side control, the contexts are different. Unlike Honorable Cherno Majuba, they came in solid, they were prepared, they were united after that election.
So this they're not united and disorganized?
Well, I don't have against the generalization, but then gets fall out with
context to the big
yes, of course.
Instances of how then now they fought for take keys from Dr. Samura Kamara.
Within itself, you have the team A and the team B, and that has spilled over to Parliament. That's all I will say.
But the way how you they sit in the operator Parliament, although they get issues into them party, inside their own party, internally they get the issues then. You think say they go able for pull through, especially when it comes to this issue of deciding on the Auditor General, where already they don't get a position, but even themselves, if you listen to them well, you're gonna say there is a doubt. You feel say they're able to speak with one voice from this?
It's be a litmus test for them again, and that test they go be either the test where they broke the camel in back or scrapping foot, in a sense that I think say APC themselves then this the shortcut with them the need for the internally engage among themselves, and the need for due consultation. I mean, I go talk also hesitantly. I don't see APC then they go votes on certain decision where they are not even briefed on what's their stance. You know, with all due respect to the leadership. So all that therefore counts. If you know,
they know they speak with one voice.
In essence, they get serious issues where they affect their formidability. Whether then they speak with one voice now, they can even speak with one voice under hypocrisy. They can do it under duress. They can do it under undue influence. But as a party position, it's already obvious that you get two outside of the fold, Honorable Mohamed Bangura and Honorable Thompson, and whether two therefore go back, APC they're not for bypass that side.
The possibility, Melvin. You deal with the MP, they tell the whole world in the parliament, would they sit down na the lobby, would they sit down at canteen, would they have a hard conversation them?
If the SLPP stretch the hand, if the SLPP, well, in parliament, they call and lobby well, yes, it is possible. Because I tell you, and with no disrespect, they say angry man no get choice. When I remember when the part in the campaign, where you say, when I say brother we pull out int, say brother then soon I know say the never be that thing where they call everything and adopt you call her adopt. So we are in angry man no get choice, and you pack properly.
Me say we don't take a picture of APC people when they go to a man.
That is obvious. Well, the may not be pulling the picture. I don't know if the big guy not pull them, but one day they not go leak. But the fact remains, if the SLPP do their homework well, and the user in homework well,
they know how they can lobby.
We all know how they can lobby, but we know can talk on that. So if they don't go,
especially the APC leadership in Parliament, how they for handle this situation?
I think by now they for the make calls to the Honorable Mohamed Bangura, the Honorable Thompson.
Is it possible the likes of Mohamed Bangura?
Well, that's why
it's always don't go through the hands of the APC.
That's why you always for create room for, they say, where a kingdom divided against itself, it will be difficult for stand. Now, I make one of the get on a stalemates or disagreement, you for left room, a buffer for in that kind of situation now. If APC secretariat, but we are in the national executive self day at loggerheads with the embattled leader. So it's difficult, but I think the secretariat, the leadership in Honorable Kagbo, if I for advise them, then I for reach out, and not only to the APCs, but reach out to people within the SLPP bench who say self-disaffection, that they feel disaffectioned. Not all manner SLPP MP regularly with certain things SLPP they do, but the APC don't do their homework well for look at them people and they strategically analyze, say, hey, if I target this MP so if I give this kind of what's the APC go for offer again pass. Maybe, I don't know. But that's for reach out, because it's not only about getting all the numbers intact, but then for also extend for the canvas some SLPP MP. It's not impossible, but I've not been seeing APC doing that and just stick them and say, we'll not get majority. Then always the use, we'll not get the number. We'll not get the number, but you can still reach out. You have to say all manner SLPP one day if na secret ballot we not go ideologically or based on public pressure say I'm going to vote my conscience secretly. It is possible, but the APC will not ever from where they come in the 6th parliament. They always stick at the extreme left wing where I think not they help them. They need to come to the center a bit, because now there is no centrist party like the C4C like back then or NGC for let us say we see another the 5th parliament where NGC, APC and NGC and C4C, NGC and APC up now the one of the Kpakas, the old joint press conference on one of the issues where in the president not been do consultation. So it's not possible. If it will happen back then, and I mean say people in the SLPP way, maybe on civil society pressure, public pressure, or by their own conscience not believe say Auditor General should be removed. not necessarily all man of parliament will look at things politically, though then they under the political pressure, but I don't think the opposition have been doing a lot to canvass from the other side.
All right, viewers, in case you just tune in, they watch the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. If you don't follow Liberty Online TV, from last week, we don't look inside the issue we get for do with the suspended Auditor General Laratelo Pierce, who signed a letter we come out from the Institute of Chartered Accountants, then say based on their own internal investigation we then do on the Auditor General, on the tribunal report, then findings now that Laratelo Pierce and Tamba Momono do anything wrong. And then two people have been working in the interest of Salone people. Last week we talked to Honorable Aaron Aruna Koma, where now the deputy opposition leader too, and also been get banned na the studio, a civil society network who don't advocate on this issue. And we continue for look at this issue. Today we'll get a colleague journalist, we also now a social commentator and a parliamentary commentator, where they take we through the different procedure them where Parliament supposed for take for remove Laratelo Pierce as Auditor General. As the Attorney General don't go lay the report of the tribunal report, and then they wait for the Parliament debate and vote if then go get the numbers for remove Laratelo Pierce as Auditor General. Well, if you get question, comment, send them through the comment section at any of the platform the way they watch you this morning. We they stream live na Facebook, YouTube, and also na our website. Continue for watch the breakfast show and don't forget for share the program so that more people go join the conversation this morning.
All right, we continue with the breakfast show and we still get Melvin at the studio. We continue with the conversation. We get for do with the procedures them where Parliament get for use for lay, then go pull the Auditor General if they agree as members of Parliament them. Now, Melvin, let me look at the possibilities of advantages and disadvantages. If Parliament agree for pull or they not agree for pull, whose picture this goes send in terms of the people's representation at the House of Parliament?
Well, firstly, we talk about the people representation on this conversation because we don't know of any MP we go hold many meeting or community engagement on waiting then people then say for remove Lara or not. God bless institutions like Liberty and other media outlets where people are able to send their message or phone in for express their opinion. So I expect the MPs then for capitalize on pressure group or public opinion. In this case, it seems as if they speak to one thing, but I mean, the MPs them for go say then go speak them people them voice. Most of them be there America. Some people them be there vacation. Even some are going in village chef. Now that thing be they pass and said and then at them farm. So and I wrote a piece on this that it was a good moment while the MPs then be there on vacation for go engage with their constituents. Old town halls, ask the people, what do you think? Government say they want to pull Lara for A, B, C, and D reason. What do you think? And also, I would expect say maybe Parliament for don't call for position papers on this. Let experts bodies them like their ICASL, let them back send in their own submissions for the records and all that. Because at the end of the day, the decision over take like what you ask from a governance perspective, if they remove them, it will be undermining to transparency and accountability in the views of some sects of the public opinion. If they continue for keep them, it will be seen as well undermining the government, because when you look at the way you weigh the two arguments, one the biggest elephant that the issue that it go seek third party clarification, whereas the presidency for don't say whether not true saying a fake receipt or not, they prefer for query the personality in their work. Is that the right way to go? So that's another side. So there are two sides to it, and it depends on who that you talk to. And witness stance on the issue. But from what we hear from many bodies, it seems as if the decision it goes seriously affects accountability and transparency and the mindsets of the current audit service, because people go afraid as to. Although, in my opinion, I still get a reservation why audit service not audits the Freetown City Council, then specific projects as mentioned, and the arguments put forward by some of these global bodies, they seem to be silent about it. The fact there remains, Khadija, as a parliamentary journalist, I don't see any money by primary party or secondary party with the Kana Salone for and on behalf of the people of Sierra Leone. And according to Section 119, those funds should be audited. So for can say, because now donor money, Freetown City Council is subjected to be audited. And even the project, not the money, but the documents. So for me, I think I get a divergent view, but the expert bodies then seem for the same decision wrong, and some of them only advance their arguments, and it waits to see whether MPs then will countenance their argument and for their debates.
Melvin, from where this issue of Lara Taylor Pierce come from, his suspension to this moment, all they talk about now for Parliament for debate this particular tribunal report where they before them now. Opinions upon opinions don't they come up. We as journalists, some of them don't they write opinion polls, don't they go to different media outlet they do analysis just like what they do here this morning. You think say this particular 6th Parliament now one where they listen to public opinion?
Yes, there are 1 or 2 instances where public opinion don't make then delay, although it not change the situation for the end of the case study at the toll gates. Remember, in our Parliament been delay the implementation and then manage make slight adjustments. That was due to public pressure and then be careful listening. On other controversial decisions, for example, on judge removal of the jury system, again, public opinion. We see position papers, but then position paper then they not make no difference to how they end up for votes because they eventually remove them. So whether the Parliament they listen, in this particular case, more so when the decision is coming from the presidency, it will be a test on their consciences, basically, because at the end of the day, if you're SLPP, you're bound for the waiting the paper wants. If you're not APC, you're bound for the waiting you party they tell you. But at the end of the day, waiting best in the interest of the country. 9, we always can they expect the MPs then for do because as part their responsibilities and their rights. But most times also it can be in politics can overshadow or override the logical sense in most of these things. So for me, whether they go listen, not test on them, and how they go listen say for Pulam, like waiting the passy, or then go listen say not for Pulam, like how experts body they like the ICASL and the Intosai and others then they say. So it will be a test on them, but this will be a crossroad moment for the Parliament. Whatever they decide, they get for go a long way as to how people get for passive, how much they get for achieve. So I think then for the look at that also, for the fact that the benchmark left behind by the last Parliament, it was rated among one of the most open, I think 4th in West Africa by PN Africa. And yeah, they had their challenges due to the way of voting, but this one, I think there cannot be 2 ways. Cross-party dialogue, negotiation is the only way out. Lobbying, they cannot have it in 2 ways. Say, you want to get what you want to play hot and cold. In this case, I think one, we the media for just allow people there for call, but they're already commenting. So we can just use the response, then the comment, and don't get an opinion. And the public opinion, I mean, again, the public is divided, though. Sierra Leone is deeply politically divided. So if this becomes a decision, it becomes a situation of politicking. You get SLPP supporters that will go always telling the public, say, let them pull out.
But this kind issue we get for do it image of country we get for do it going against the constitution. We already see under former President Kuma a remove in vice president, then they go a long way. And this current president and the EBD as opposition leader, we see how it come out, it criticize them. This Auditor General issue now one way salon people and really for use politics.
I don't feel so at all, because looking at what's at stake, we talk about financial resources, we talk about money that we will use for do other basic social services like hospital, road, energy, and then a huge cup for them. We'll talk about the audit report, and the human face. The audit report, they capture what they call cash losses in the consolidated fund. When a big money there, and if you look the last audit report, and in this case, what we talk about, huge. So we talk about the impact on service delivery. We talk about a country where poor, a country where always they go big, a country where the people we are unhappy, we are hungry. So if we talk about money where not be accounted for, be it at the presidency, be it at the Freetown City Council, be it at wherever, I think it's a matter we get for do with waiting Sierra Leoneans and for things say not to politics, but good governance and national development. So generally it should not be about politics, but within a parliament, Fambul, in the reality, it's about politics.
All right, so Melvin Mansell, you continue for the with Winner the studio. We'll come back to you. And our colleague journalist and also a social commentator there this morning, we talk about the issue we get for do with the decision where Parliament get for make at the end of the day for ensure say, well, whether they go decide for Lady Auditor General, whether on suspension, Laratelo Piers go be removed finally or not. They are leading at the desk of Parliament now, and of course, we go see Monam, Liberty TV, go get for bring another updates here. And members, you still watch the breakfast on Liberty Online TV. If you get any comments or question for us regarding the topic we discussed this morning, drop on the comment section on the different platforms so you watch with this morning, or to 074-200-545. That number also there on WhatsApp. You can send your message there. We'll continue with the breakfast show. We'll take short break and come look at more issues.
As Liberty Online TV, the 1 year inside this November, we celebrate this anniversary with different activity them. And one of them, na hike with Liberty, we get for be Saturday, November 16. Usa we go waka go na the Mambo waterfall. The Liberty Online TV team go then na Mambo Junction, they wait for na 7 o'clock na morning. For join we, na 300 leons no more you go give, and you go get the Liberty polo and water, and you go get all the enjoyment. We get for being at the waterfall. If you want for join we, you go come now with 33 Battle Street office as the polo then already now, or call na this number 074-200-545 for place you order. Now Liberty Online TV, all voices count.
Hello, Barry.
Hey, Sadie, what's up?
How are you?
Samo, hook me up quick. Samo, someone going to forget some football pictures then for this week. I don't check all the side all day long. But I'm help me to one woman going for ginger and swagger for this week.
Ask Leo.
Ask Leo? Who is Leo?
Ask Leo, Sam. I did it. No, can't go to me feeling. Allow me to finish my food.
Leo will help you. Open an account, check your balance, buy airtime to pop, send money. Leo will help you locate the nearest ATM point. Leo will help ease your stress by helping you get the most fascinating fixtures. Oh yes, for our football lovers. Leo will do this and many more.
Wow!
All you need to do is save Leo to your mobile phone with the number +232 79 919 919 and get to chat with Leo on WhatsApp. Go on, try it now. You can also chat with Leo on Facebook Messenger by typing UBA Chat Banking. Leo is your virtual banker who serves you wherever you are with just one click away. It is UBA. We are your #1 bank for all the right reasons. For more inquiries, call us on +232 78 200 200 or follow us on all our social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at uba.sl. We are Africa's global bank.
Liberty Online TV, the 1 year this November, and you know what's in that mean.
And throughout the month of November, na celebration period. And as you know, na time we for coming and support Liberty Online TV for continue for doing work.
And the way how we go support Liberty Online TV for continue for the online, na for send we you support.
Now for send we you support through the orange money number where you see on the screen and the other bank details them as well for make we continue for do we work. This na Liberty Online TV 1 year celebration. Na Liberty Online TV, all voices count.
All right. right, welcome back to the Breakfast Show, where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. Well, as you all know, Liberty Online TV, we don't 1 year this November, and on the 16th, we get the hiking where we they do, and we they invite una all, we don't be supporter them throughout this 1 year, una don't they support we through una various way them for join we 7 o'clock na morning, they wait una na the Mambo waterfall as we they hike, go down na the waterfall, and also on the 29th of November, we get with grand fundraising dinner and dance. We are all invited. Just scan out 33 Battle Street and buy your ticket for the 29th of November as well. They go dance and celebrate Liberty at 1. We they continue the program, and today we they analyze the possibility for remove Lara Taylor Pierce as a day now at the mercy of Member of Parliament them. But they're supposed to get a 2/3 majority for remove Lara Taylor Pierce. We get Melvin Tijan Mansare, a parliamentary commentator and also a social commentator in a journalist, don't cover Parliament for a very long time. We don't analyze the procedure and possibility them for let the ruling party when the SLPP get the majority way for being 90 votes, amidst the opposition party get 52 member of Parliament them. If this possible for let government go get this simple majority of 90 votes when are the 2/3. Now that's what they discussed now the Breakfast Show this morning. And in case you self want your voice for be heard, send we your message through the comment section at any of the platform them where they watch you this morning. Go read on our messages them later on inside the program. When they come back to you, Melvin, we don't talk about so many things that we get for do the procedure. And you know, one person believes say the APC member of Parliament them for take part for this debate and cast them, vote them. Where you believe say if they all vote, the ruling now will get the 2/3 majority. You also believe, say, the APC MP them for use the debate for appeal to the conscience of the SLPP MP. They will not believe, say, they for remove Lara Taylor Pierce?
Absolutely, I believe so. And I think see, that's the best thing for do, not only for appeal to the other side of the divide, we might be stubborn enough for crossover and vote for them. But I think for the public, for the Hansards, for the records, you debate and then collect the vote. So tomorrow, generations after we go come and say, this was the debate. This now honorable, for example, honorable Aaron, where they watch me so online when comments the NBC, then gets an opportunity also for attract public sympathy. Mind you, some of these decisions penultimately get for come back an election. You might want to use it for or against, as the case may be. Tomorrow, America, they vote. Nothing that we don't pass almost a year ago. Now, they use for campaign. So, what if you know debates and somebody can tomorrow say, hey, but we're not being afraid for debates? So, not only the debating, they must vote. And the reason why they emphasize this, I know some people not go one for you. Now, the way the precedent with the APC sets when it comes to the election of the deputy speaker. It was a race between Honorable Ibrahim Tawa Conte and Honorable Daniel Kuruma. Then going to first rounds, and it was very okay on for the speaker, first, second, and on the third, it went through. And when they come now to Honorable Tawa, because they knew in order for be a tight race, we see Usai Honorable Daniel Kuruma in the middle of the process say, well, let them just abort the process so then don't concede. What does that mean? It means say it then try for save face because of the lack of the numbers. And for me, I don't think that's an honest politics. Let them beat you. On man will say them beat you, but this was your argument, and this is how they voted. But you know you can use say because you're afraid say people when they among we might sell out and can use for abort the process. That will be very, very unprecedented and unwise by the opposition itself.
So how does the decision where they already make known to the public affect the whole thing?
Well, I don't give leakage. If me not for be SLPP MP, I for don't study well and make me counter arguments.
Earlier you say now premature decision.
Of course. And I had to ever say now, if you ever go debate, we get a debate, we get for votes, and then you already come out and don't state what you do. If me then on the other side, I just need to go read all what you don't do and mount a case, we go counter her. And that's all I can say. You know, you save the best for the last. But we are in, you don't come make you say, the APC don't put themselves in a vulnerable position. What if SLPP go look for other road there?
What's in the possible road then?
the possible road that there will come out an argument based on the position already expressed. And it's about debates. The essence of the debate in this case, now for public sympathy, not so for other get the numbers, because nobody.
The debate or the votes?
It's about the debates in this case because the votes will be deadlock. In the expectation, if all my house they in order, like I don't say, if APC formidable, then they're in the full gear, even with the exception of the two. They still, the votes cannot hold sway, cannot decide it. If I can put it in simple. The votes in this case, 2/3, if all things goes as per process and the number, the votes not for decide this. Waiting for decide this, now the debates. And how? The debates, it will give SLPP MPs them the chance for react to waiting APC already don't put in the public. And how then they react, then somebody go say, I agree or I not agree.
But this debate again, Melvin, they in the hands of the speaker. We all know how MP then can struggle for catch the attention of the speaker, and most time the speaker not can give them time.
I think this and the last parliament and the current parliament don't they improve. Wherein we know say leaders them, then they ask them for submit list of them debaters. Can you clarify this back? Because you know, sometimes the politicians then want for mislead or misinform the public. Like, I want to talk, but the speaker not allow me. Area except otherwise, because if the leader of the opposition and the leader of government business don't submit their lists, except the speaker want for be biased now or rogo, but that list when you give, all the speaker can do, either he cut down on the time or he cuts you debate, but once you name done in at the list. So we expect that the leaders of the two political parties for submit names of MPs them wait for debates, and that the standard practice that the speaker go give them time and they all go can at the floor for debate. So we wait for see who are the best debaters then with them party then go put for this, whether for remove the Auditor General or not for remove.
They expect secondly based on which you
of course, on the side of the APC, I will expect for see the Honorable AKK. I will expect for see this new gentleman, Honorable Jallo. I will expect for see the likes of course, Honorable Daniel Koroma, Honorable Aaron, and there is this other lady, a new lady with the camera waiting at the APC bench, with very eloquent. So those are going to be the names. And on the side of the SLPP, interestingly, I go say I was doing on my lecture. APC seem forget more. Well, I would say firebrand debaters. They debate with passion. Unlike the SLPP, whatever you wonder you go for see. Of course, you will see Honorable William Lamine. You will see Honorable Indolo Moiro Gevao. And of course, in this case, because how sensitive it be, Honorable Mario not always can take parts and then controversial, but because of the nature of this one, we're going to do it intellectualism, we're going to do it best practice. I'm sure they're going to bring in Honorable Mario content at the list. And of course, you get the front bench, Honorable Tawa. You know, we're surprised if he did it. And I don't know if they're going to put Mama at the house and at the list, but the Mama at the house na big woman. But they expect for see Honorable Nene Lebi, perhaps Honorable Wiyata Sunga. In terms of the woman them, APC them, woman them, the debates more, SLPP woman them, in my estimation, the debates more than the APC women. But for the man there, APC male MPs them, more the young one that they come, buys, the Honorable Mansari. These guys are very firebrand, and I'm sure though they don't let the cat out of the bag very early, SLPP, they just need to forget good political consultants. They might, if they study properly, counter the debates already don't advance in that position paper.
As you don't give you projected formation, and if you see the two parties then get for sets then debater, then you think say genuinely the APC opposition party gets a case for put forward, for save the face of the parliament, for save the face of the country?
Yeah, you need to be rocket scientist. I mean, this is a leakage, but basically, if you just need to go to waiting ICASL don't say, waiting band don't say, waiting international bodies and don't say, you use them as cross references to your position. But ultimately, it's about the constitution, and the constitution is very ambiguous as to what constitutes professional misconduct in this case. So there is a legal or a constitutional conundrum here as to waiting the advance or undercut the position. But yes, the public opinion alone seems for the favor. Even the media, some media already don't take a biased position on this. So APC for do their homework well, not for say because we did in opposition, we not get the number. They must reach out. They've not been reaching now. The people like the last SLPP in the 5th Parliament, where all things everyone are in their own way in isolation.
But then get resources for reach out based on how they've been doing the
last time I heard the publicity sector say they get foreign reserve accounts, we get $8 billion. I don't know if it's $8 billion or $8 billion loans.
Who that gets some money?
The opposition spokesperson, CD Tunis, be talking around where one journalist we ask her, I think it was Epic, when they ask her whether the opposition is not bankrupt, and they are saying, well, the report where they talk say APC not get money. I am not PBIC for would tell you that should be a public document because their bank account should be public document following if they get money or not get money. And it's not just about the money. They need money for keep the human them safe. Say, well, this is what we are going to do, and this is what is on the offer for UNA. But if SLPP want for say that money, then they put, then get access to state resources. That is by default a state capture. They can even use that to capture the opposition. But again, money is not everything. Certain time you get people who get conscience. Certain time public pressure can make even you spending money, you not get the result. So the opposition should be very strategic in this one, and the political advisors then for advise them better.
I put you on the spot, Melvin. You're always good at that. You don't deal with the MP from the 5th Parliament to the 6th Parliament, and you know them because the Parliament will maybe know MP them and the journalists them get a very good rapport. Like it's not at the lounge, the cafeteria, they get conversation. So you think, say, then this crop of opposition MPs then get a prize?
Every man has got a prize, but how high or low or medium is that prize is what always morality can want for judge. When you watch most of the ones that were in the opposition bench, many of them are young people, many of them defend their foods, many of them they try to establish themselves. So that in itself is a threat. Nobody never cap for shots in traditional or country parlance. So that's not threat for them be prone to inducements or influence. With the current crop of MP, I know they get liberals among them, but whether the ordinary MPs on their own, one or two might want to go out of the line, but I don't see them go be so bold enough for say if Honorable Abdul don't sit them down and talk to them and brainstorm with them and make them see the reason, then go do something outside of that. But again, you don't know what's in the influence with the APC they can bring on them or force on the leader. Because it begins first with the leadership. If the leadership rogue, the underman them go rogue. If the leadership not communicates, it will make you followers then doubt you.
Leadership. How do you see them?
I get some reservations with the current opposition leader.
You want share?
No, I can't because now one person I think say gets great respect from me, and I want to keep at that. But I get some reservation.
Compromise.
It's not about compromise. Even the former opposition leader always the accuser of say Cherikuko they sell game. So I don't think for me it's not about that. There are certain standards for me when I talk about opposition leader where they look. I'm a fan of the economic freedom fighters, EFF. I know what Julius Malema can do. I see what they do now in the South African Parliament. I see what other opposition leader they do. Whether it's radical enough, I'm not going to expect say how me they think, now so other person go think or me on this position as a radical or a centrist. But yes, I think he's a young man and he's doing his best. But
I don't think so that they take instructions from the party.
They take instructions from the party, but
so you cannot go beyond the ideology of your party.
You can't, but you have a right as the leader for convince your party. And that will not see.
Things in that kind of post we get a mind of your own, even though you take instructions from your party, but at times you think say Honorable Abdul Carbon that post we go make a known to in party say this is not the way for go in terms of the putting the nation first, the interest of the people.
I'll be one for feel so, but I doubt it. Looking at him role where he don't play through the transition and all throughout the process, he's more of a party stalwart. He's more of a national executive kind of person. So I don't see him going beyond waiting Mikhailo Mansare or Ambassador Yansane Gure for Telam, because at the end of the day, when you watch Aikande, now then people and they get a soft landing, and politics is about loyalty. I will not see Honorable Abdul Kagbo for disloyal to APC party, but that is not to say he cannot use the corridors of Parliament for do what you want for do. If in conscience,
they use them corridors, then they with how you can assessing lobbying powers among his colleagues. Them.
He puts me on the spot. Well, I know say some of the MPs that they criticize and say they communicate too much. I know say some of the MPs they complain that he gets his own favorites, and wherein you get few disenchantments among you camp. That can be a tendency for disintegration, but that's, I think, I will say for now.
All right, thank you very much, Melvin Tijan Mansare. We get in the studio this morning where they talk about the possible procedure them for the Parliament go debate, vote, and remove the Auditor General when Lara Taylor Pierce, and they look at the possibility for the ruling bench get the majority of the 2/3, if possible. Well, Melvin, now a social commentator and also a parliamentary commentator, colleague journalist with the work in Parliament for about 3 terms now. You said before? Four terms now. You don't deal with member of Parliament them. Quickly, look at our messages them where una don't send at the program this morning. The first one they come out from Dauda Tarawali. They go to Melvin. They say, Melvin, did the ASSL audit the money that was given to Parliament by EU for renovation, which was handled by UNOPS?
All right.
We read a couple of them and you go respond. The very first one I made a look at the Facebook page. Aaron Aruna Kuruma, when the Honorable say, our B52 team is formidable and united under the leadership of Honorable Abdul Kagbo. Section 135(7) of the 1991 Constitution is clear on the voting manner for the removal of Auditor General. It's strictly 2/3 majority votes, which cannot be attained by collection of voices. Our collective resolve to protect accountability is constant and will continue to be like the Northern Star.
Mystic Duazak, they say, on the issue of the former Auditor General and her deputy, ICASEL, which is the professional body, has made it clear it is up to Parliament to work on it so that other professionals will not feel victimized at their place of work.
All right, to look at more messages. Nabil Suman on Facebook say, Melvin Tijan, thank you for your unbiased contribution to national issues, especially when it comes to parliamentary issues of Sierra Leone. I hail you.
Lamin Amara blogger Lala na Facebook, they say all members of Parliament should leave parties' interest behind on the issue of the Auditor General. They must have to put truthful and good governance forward to ensure transparency and accountability.
We look at more messages for the Mustafa Toure. The political dynamics of the country has changed drastically, particularly during the past 6 years. Lobbying the paupers is a waste of time because they will only vote on party position. Maybe because of poverty, pauper can buy or lobby the required MPs to get their wish. So I suspect it will be an unusual secret ballot.
They go on YouTube and Issa Kamara, they say, good morning, Khadija and Mabel. Sierra Leone is still suffering from ungratefulness because now we party with afraid for talk to, where issue raise up instead of then settle, na boku talk, they go on.
All right, well, so many messages where they come in. This other one way I go look at from the Facebook page. It come out again. It come out from Nabil Suma again. He said, Melvin, you are the best. I've always followed you on the major broadcasting houses, and each time you are in the panel of discussion when it comes to parliamentary issues, I can confidently state here that you've been the best. My question to you, are you currently in law school or is it your reporting time over the years?
All right, so they look at more messages. We don't come na the program this morning. This one from Fode Mustafa Toure. They say, thank you, Liberty, for showing to the world that both... All right. Okay, for they say some media houses are compromised institutions. They didn't show during the launch of the Law Society because they didn't want to betray their paymasters despite the presence of Mr. Mara at their studios before the ceremony. They both boycotted mayoral and presidential debates because of the same reasons. On that table buying, the press has to step up. Well, thank you very much for the Mustafa for that compliment there as Liberty, as when I read the name, we there also for gay sides to all stories, and one of the things we stand for na Liberty na that all voices count.
All right, well, we continue with the breakfast show, and you, Seth, for the watch, can send your message to +232 74200 545. Let me go for the short break, and we'll be right back.
As Liberty Online TV, the 1 year inside this November, we dey celebrate this anniversary with different activity them. And one of them, na hike with Liberty, we get for be Saturday, November 16. Usa we go waka go na the Mambo waterfall. The Liberty Online TV team go then na Mambo Junction, they wait for na 7 o'clock na morning. For join we, na 300 leons no more you go give, and you go get the Liberty polo and water, and you go get all the enjoyment. We get for being at the waterfall. If you want for join we, you go come now with 33 Battle Street office as the polo then already now, or call now this number 074 200 545 for place you order. Now Liberty Online TV, all voices count. As Liberty Online TV, the 1 year inside this November.